Went to Pepetools today. We've been driving and driving and driving. So many things to get done, so little time. It all started with the fun show in Florida. We went there and we met a lot of new people as well as reacquainted with people that we had met from previous shows. When I recorded my last update, we were still waiting on the Kickstarter funds to arrive, and they have. And since then, I have started ordering parts, particularly for the Can't Wait edition of the Halumin C prototype units. One of the things about a prototype is that it's a prototype. It is always being improved upon, and it was built as sort of proof of concept. And then I started using my first prototype as a demo, but it was pretty fragile. I've had to make a lot of updates and repairs to it from doing the different shows. And so when I started looking at, do I really want to send them like this to our backers that are paying for their own version of a prototype, I realized that it's going to need a couple of improvements to make it a little more durable. So that is everything from re-engineering a few of the parts, particularly the accessory holders, but also the printed circuit board from the original design of the Halumin C through to this current design. We've made additions and we've made improvements. With the PCB, a great example is those faders that are on the circuit board. I like the tactile feeling of those faders, being able to slide them with lots of travel to get your lighting where you want it to go. But those faders were not actually designed to deal with lighting. They were actually made for audio consoles. So over the different generations of this printed circuit board, the electronic engineer and I have kind of worked through some different possibilities, and we've had to tweak the circuit board with every iteration to make it a little bit more reliable. All of this is just to say we're trying to create the best and most reliable experience for our end users, being you, and we hope that we have achieved that in this most recent iteration. We've made so many changes to the current prototype that I'm using that I actually had to get this as a sample to the manufacturers. So we drove from Florida back to our shop for exactly 1 day so I could make those changes. And then we hopped in the car and we drove to Oklahoma City to meet with our manufacturer, Pepetools, and deliver them the prototype, and they will be using it as a proof or a template to pull the features and pieces out of and sort of re-engineer it for the purpose of manufacturing. This is actually a pretty intense process. It will take months, and that is why there is such a long wait between the end of the Kickstarter to shipping the unit. It takes a long time to sort of dial in the engineering and get it perfect, because the minute you start making the molds and making all of the parts, that's kind of a point of no return. So Pepetools is based in Oklahoma City, and they have been in business for decades, making some of the most coveted jewelry manufacturing tools in the market. They gave me a little tour, and you can see some of that footage on the screen now. Their corporate headquarters is not just a corporate office, but it's also where they machine some of their more high tolerance pieces that they need for some of their machines. And it's pretty cool. They've got lots of big machines, 5-axis CNCs, and all kinds of stuff where they can take raw pieces of metal and they can machine them down to very, very, very high tolerance pieces of gear. So in addition to the main device that everybody came here for, the Halumin C, we have all of those other little items that we are going to be sending over the next few weeks. Items like our limited edition coin. I've been working on the design, and we've been talking with different mints as options to make those for us. I'll update you on that when we have more to say about it. We also have the hats, the framed printed circuit boards, and of course, the Can't Wait edition of the Halumin C that I'll be starting on assembling as soon as we receive all the parts. Some of you have already received your Halumin H18 studio sets, and I'm hoping you're having a fun time with those. Reach out to me if you have any particular questions, and of course there's lots of videos online that show you how to do all kinds of different things with it. I'll keep you updated as something big happens, and of course we'll do the regular updates even if something not big happens. I've still got a few question videos to answer that I'm working on, and we'll figure out some fun stuff that we can do even if the question plate is empty. So thanks everybody for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you next time.